Archangel Michael says, there is a shift in the air tonight that no one can deny, not even those who tried to bury the truth. The ground beneath them has started to crack, and the secrets they buried are clawing their way out. You, chosen one, are standing at the exact center of this divine unraveling, and nothing will ever be the same again. The lie was loud, dressed in confidence, wrapped in false smiles, and fueled by people who knew exactly what they were doing. They whispered in the dark, they created fake stories, and they hoped no one would ever find the trail of deceit. But God is moving now, and when the heavens begin to stir, no shadow can remain untouched. A voice has been crying out for justice in the unseen realm, and now that voice is echoing in the ears of the guilty. The person who tried to switch your identity, twist your story, and make you look like the problem is about to face a truth storm. This day was marked in the divine calendar, and it's here. Not next week, not next year, but now. Archangel Michael says, the sword of truth is drawn and no false mask will survive the glare of heaven's light. What was whispered in secret rooms will be shouted in open halls, and you will not have to speak to defend yourself. God will speak for you, and when He speaks, liars tremble. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A woman who once stood as your friend and ally is shaking right now, sensing that the end of her manipulation is near. She wore your clothes, walked into rooms pretending to be your light, while behind the scenes, she wrote darkness into your name. But today, her hands will be exposed with the very ink that smeared your truth. There is a photo that was once used to paint a wrong picture about you. That image was cropped, altered, and shared among people who laughed at your expense. Today, that same photo will become your evidence of innocence. It will turn against them like a mirror. Someone who used your name to gain attention and open doors they couldn't access on their own is about to be locked out. You were chosen not for popularity, but for purity of purpose, and the divine doesn't forget. Everything taken through lies will be returned to you, multiplied, and sanctified. They mocked the pain in your silence, thinking you were broken beyond repair. But God has been building you in secret, restructuring you with golden threads no eyes could see. Now, when you rise, your steps will echo like thunder in places that once ignored your presence. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There is a meeting happening in the background with your name on the agenda. Some of the very people who supported the lie are realizing that they backed the wrong voice. A shift is happening in their spirit, and the guilt is beginning to weigh on them like iron. You will hear of an apology soon, not through a message, but through an action that changes the air. Someone will attempt to make peace not because they were forced, but because the weight of the lie became unbearable. That is how powerful truth becomes when it's backed by divine energy. Archangel Michael says, your stillness during the storm is now speaking louder than all their chaos. They cannot explain how you survived the betrayal, the setup, the slander, and the silence. But they will soon understand, they weren't fighting just you, they were fighting something sacred in you. The person who tried to steal your idea and claimed it as their own will stumble today. They will be questioned, their timeline will collapse, and your original work will stand as a tower of truth. You'll walk back into that space they tried to push you out of, and people will look at you with newfound awe. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There is a document, a piece of writing, a message, or a recording, that will make its way into the light. This document was supposed to be destroyed, hidden, forgotten forever. But something supernatural has preserved it, and now it will prove your truth beyond any doubt. A man who denied you publicly is regretting it privately. He thought siding with the loudest voice was the safest option. But now he's learning that silence in the face of injustice still has consequences. Someone is about to confess that they knew the truth all along. They watched what happened to you and said nothing. But now, they're stepping out from the crowd, because the pressure of hiding is eating them from the inside. There is a door that was once closed in your face, slammed with arrogance. But now, the very same door is creaking open again, and this time, they're begging you to walk through it. Your return will not be in anger, but in divine authority. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The woman who smiled in front of you but removed your name behind your back is feeling exposed. She didn't know that heaven kept record, even of whispers and passing glances. Now her name is being lifted not in praise, but in revelation of truth. A circle of people who plotted behind your back is starting to scatter. Each one is turning against the other, trying to avoid the fall. They thought their alliance was strong, but the lie they built it on is crumbling under the weight of exposure. You will soon receive a message that changes your breath. Someone wants to meet, to talk, to finally admit what they did. Not because they love you, but because the energy around them is collapsing. Archangel Michael says, this is not the time to hold on to bitterness. What is being revealed now is not for revenge, but for restoration. Let God handle the justice, while you prepare for the doors that truth will unlock for you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There was a gift that was meant for you, but someone intercepted it before it could reach your hands. That delay is being reversed now. It will arrive, and it will arrive with a sign that confirms heaven's timing. Someone you once trusted is having sleepless nights now. They see your name in everything, hear your voice in silence, and feel the weight of what they did. Their peace left them the moment they betrayed someone protected by divine fire. Your innocence is being shouted louder than your name ever was before. There will be people defending you who never met you, but who feel called to stand for you. That's what happens when divine energy begins to stir hearts unexpectedly. Someone who replaced you in a role, a relationship, or a space is realizing they were never you. They tried to walk in your shoes, but their steps never aligned. Now, they are stepping aside, not because they were asked to, but because the truth no longer gives them room. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There is a family member who once doubted you, spoke against you, and stood with your enemies. That same person will now step up to defend you, shocked at how blind they were. The truth is making them see with eyes they never knew they had. A strange moment will happen soon, where someone stares at you in silence, unable to speak. What they feel will be overwhelming, not because you changed, but because your truth is now glowing. They won't recognize how divine you've become since the last time they tried to break you. You may feel emotional as certain truths begin surfacing one after another. Let the tears come. They're not of weakness but of release. The burden of being doubted, questioned, and denied is lifting now. Someone who once copied your words, mocked your voice, and took your message as their own is being called out publicly. They may try to delete posts, remove evidence, and rewrite their trail. But the memory of what happened has already reached people who remember what you said first. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your name is being removed from the list of guilt and written into the list of glory. Everything is shifting, from pain to praise, from trial to triumph. Heaven has intervened in a way that no man, woman, or lie can block. Someone is losing their position for what they did to you. They thought they were untouchable, but God touched the foundation they stood on. It shook, it cracked, and it collapsed. You are walking into a new realm of peace, but it's not empty peace. It is peace that has been paid for with scars, tears, and endurance. That kind of peace becomes power. Archangel Michael says, stay grounded in humility as this season shifts. You don't need to gloat or confront, heaven is doing it for you. Just walk forward in your truth, because truth walks loud when it's finally free. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Your name is being cleared across timelines, past, present, and future. The lie that tried to travel far is being stopped in its tracks. Now the truth is moving faster, stronger, and more radiant than anything before. Watch how people who ignored you start reaching out, trying to reconnect. They'll say they didn't know, but you'll know better. Respond with grace, not bitterness, and let your strength speak. The next 72 hours will hold a moment of divine reversal. A space where you were once shut out will open, and the person who closed the door will stand awkwardly in your presence. It will be undeniable, you were always meant to be there. The truth comes roaring in today, not quietly, not timidly, but like thunder that shakes every lie to the ground. Be ready to walk in this moment. Because today, your name is no longer buried under deception, it is rising, radiant, roaring in light. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The wind is shifting in your favor, and it carries with it voices of clarity, echoes of things hidden, and revelations long overdue. Someone who watched you struggle, who knew the truth but kept quiet, is about to make a move that exposes everything. You won't need to chase answers anymore, they will come rushing to you, drawn by divine order. That person who replaced your truth with their version of events is going to be asked difficult questions. Their words will no longer align, their eyes will give them away, and their confidence will begin to crack. This is not karma, it is divine correction from a realm higher than any courtroom on earth. A message that was deleted, a screenshot that was forgotten, is reappearing in someone's archive today. It's not by accident, it's by divine timing. What they thought was buried in the digital realm is coming back as a torch of truth. There is a friend of yours who switched sides too quickly. They believed the lie, repeated it, and now they are regretting how fast they turned away. Their regret will show in their actions more than their words. And you will feel it when they come near again. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. An old conversation is being replayed in someone's memory. As they begin to realize what they overlooked. Every word you said that was once dismissed is now echoing like a prophecy coming true. They will not find peace until they acknowledge that they mishandled your truth. You once cried in silence while others laughed in ignorance. But the time of mourning is over. Now, joy is coming, not from revenge, but from restoration. Your truth is becoming a wave that no one can stop. It's flowing into rooms you've never walked in, and into mouths of people you've never met. Your name is being carried by winds of clarity and favor. Archangel Michael says, don't hold back your smile any longer. The time of shrinking to survive is over. Now is the time to rise boldly, walking into what's always belonged to you. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. There is a woman who used to wear your perfume, mimic your voice, and steal your phrases. She tried to become you while destroying you. But the world is beginning to see the difference, and she can no longer pretend. You are not just being defended, you are being honored. There's a grace resting on you now that speaks louder than words. It's the reward for staying quiet when the storm tried to break you. There is a place you left in pain, a room, a relationship, or a position. You left not because you were weak, but because you were guided to. Now, that very place is feeling your absence louder than they felt your presence. You may hear whispers of, "I'm sorry," in the days ahead. But those words are not for your validation, they are confirmation that truth has won. Accept them if you choose, but know that your elevation does not depend on them. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. A divine alignment is placing you right where you need to be. Not for payback, not for proving anything, but to walk in your light unapologetically. There's no more need to defend yourself, heaven has done that for you. You will hear of someone resigning or stepping down. They tried to suppress you, belittle your worth, and paint you wrong. But the truth whispered to the right heart at the right time, and justice responded. Archangel Michael says, there is a book of remembrance, and your name is written in gold. While others wrote lies in ink that fades, your truth was etched in fire. And fire always leaves a mark. You are walking into rooms that your enemies swore you'd never enter again. Not because you fought your way in, but because the truth opened the door ahead of you. And this time, when you enter, no one will question your place. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Your reflection carries a glow they cannot copy. Your presence now feels different, fuller, clearer, radiant with truth. And the people who once doubted you will feel it before they even hear your voice. Someone is watching you now with wide eyes and a heavy heart. They remember the part they played in your sorrow, and the guilt is rising like waves. They can't look away anymore. Because you are no longer what they assumed. There's a financial shift coming with this season of truth. Money that was delayed, blocked, or sent to the wrong hands will redirect to you. It's not a coincidence, it's a restoration. God is preparing a table for you, not in silence, but in celebration. Not hidden, but public. Not because you asked, but because He saw. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You'll be approached by someone who once thought you were nothing. Now, they see how wrong they were. Handle them with grace, but remember, you are not who you were when they left. The mirror you avoided before because of pain will now show you strength. Your scars are no longer marks of shame, they are signs of survival. And those who tried to break you will never forget the sound of your rising. There is a place, an event, a gathering, where your truth will be revealed without you saying a word. Someone else will speak up in your defense. And when they do, many will realize they had it wrong all along. Archangel Michael says, you are not alone in this moment of vindication. You are surrounded by forces of light, ancestors, and divine beings who have waited for this day. They celebrate with you as the lie dies and truth takes its rightful seat. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. There's a package, physical or spiritual, that carries long-awaited justice. It may come through a message, a visit, or a strange coincidence. But it's real, and it's yours. You once walked alone in doubt, feeling abandoned by people who promised to support you. But now, people are being divinely guided back to you, not to walk ahead of you, but beside you in truth. You are not the same version of yourself they once left behind. Someone who once mocked your tears is crying their own today. Not out of joy, but realization. They finally see what you carried all along. The lie that once brought you shame will now bring you testimony. The darkness that tried to cover your light is now burning in exposure. What once embarrassed you will soon empower others through your story. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Your silence carried more power than they knew. They thought you were broken, but you were gathering divine strength. And now, that silence is transforming into a roar. You will receive something in writing, words that confirm everything you felt but couldn't prove. When you read it, you'll feel chills down your spine. That's how you'll know it's heaven's signature. The lie has reached its expiration. No amount of manipulation, distraction, or defense can hold it anymore. It is breaking down, and you are rising up. You won't have to chase validation ever again. Your truth is now speaking on your behalf. And it will be louder than anything ever said against you. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The moment you've been prepared for is here, not delayed, not blocked, not postponed. It's unfolding like prophecy written in real time. And your name is at the center of this divine unveiling. Let the light guide you now. Let the truth wrap around your shoulders like a robe of justice. Walk boldly, chosen one, because today, the lie ends, and the truth comes roaring in. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. You are walking into your divine recognition now, and no hand raised against your truth can silence what heaven has already revealed. A name that was once weaponized against you will now be the very same name that brings honor to your soul. And the people who watched you suffer will witness your ascension, not in silence, but with awe. There is a table being prepared with seats meant only for the truth-bearers. You'll find yourself among voices who carry wisdom, not judgment, voices who once stayed silent but now rise beside you. They are being stirred not by emotion, but by undeniable clarity. The same audience that once believed the lies is now tuning into the truth with hungry hearts. You are not returning to prove a point, you are returning to claim your promise. And what was once spoken against you will be used as evidence of how far you've come. Archangel Michael says, they didn't know you were divinely marked for truth when they chose to lie about you. But the lie was always temporary, the truth has been eternal. And now it arrives, louder than ever, shining through you like fire. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The woman who secretly celebrated your downfall is facing her own collapse. She built her name on falsehood, unaware that every lie weakens the structure beneath her. Now, what she built is crumbling with every truth that is spoken. You will be approached by someone who once stayed quiet when you needed their voice the most. They will admit they were afraid, unsure, or misled. But their confession is not your closure, your strength already gave you that. Your name is being restored in rooms you never stepped into. People are now discussing your resilience, your light, your grace. And the atmosphere around you is shifting in your favor with every new breath. A situation that felt unfair, unresolved, or heavy will finally break. You'll hear words like, "We now see what really happened," or, "It all makes sense now." When it happens, know that the divine court ruled before any human voice did. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. You will walk into a place where a lie once lived, and you will feel peace instead of pain. Not because the memory is gone, but because your power is now greater than your past. That space no longer defines you, your truth does. An old phone call, an overheard conversation, or a hidden voice note will suddenly return. It was once ignored or lost, but now it carries proof that no one can erase. What was dismissed then is becoming your key now. Someone will unexpectedly defend you in a moment where you least expect it. They will not ask for permission, they will speak with conviction. And their words will silence every remaining whisper of doubt. Archangel Michael says, "The lie has been tried, tested, and exhausted. Now truth stands as the only energy powerful enough to remain. It will not just restore you, it will crown you." Type Amen to get blessing 2525. There is a property, a right, or an opportunity that was stolen from you through manipulation. You didn't fight then, but heaven recorded it. Now, it's returning with interest, with clarity, with evidence. Someone who once used your words against you is now quoting them to others as truth. They can't erase where it came from, you. And deep inside, they know they owe you more than silence. You are being positioned in the eyes of people who once doubted your presence. Their perception is shifting rapidly, not because of what you said, but because of what you endured. Endurance leaves a mark that silence can never erase. A curtain is being pulled back, and someone who played both sides is being revealed. They can no longer hide behind charm or confusion. The truth is lighting them up like a beacon in the dark. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. Someone is trying to retract their statements, but it's too late. The words have already been weighed by divine justice. And now, every false claim is falling like dust in the wind. You will receive something tangible soon, proof, a message, or even a person, carrying what you always knew but couldn't say. It's not just evidence, it's release. Release from the pain of being unheard. A former rival or enemy will attempt to compliment you, thinking it will ease their own conscience. But you won't need their praise. You already were the light they can't replicate. And their envy will turn into confusion as your peace grows. Archangel Michael says, "Your rise was delayed, not denied." The lie slowed the process but only long enough for your roots to grow deeper. Now your bloom will be undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. There is a strange shift in the attitude of those who once treated you with contempt. You'll notice the sudden softness, the hesitation, the careful words. It's not for your approval. It's because they see the truth circling them now. You were never alone in your silence. Divine eyes were watching, divine ears were listening. And now, the divine voice is speaking through your restoration. It sounds like justice, and it feels like breath. Someone will be called out publicly for the private lies they told about you. They may try to deny it, but the evidence will arrive on its own. It will be clear, precise, and irreversible. The energy around your name is shifting so drastically that even strangers will feel it. You'll walk into places and be received differently. Because your name now carries weight born from truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. You are about to receive a powerful confirmation, a message, a dream, or a face from the past. When it comes, your spirit will recognize it instantly. It is heaven's way of saying, now is the time. The people who once gathered to laugh at your downfall are now falling silent. Their gatherings are scattered, their power dissolved. Because no lie survives when the truth stands tall. You will see someone try to take credit for your growth or wisdom. They will try, but it will fail. Because only the one who walked the fire owns the light that came from it. Archangel Michael says, you are not reclaiming the past, you are stepping into a future that was always yours. Let go of the need to explain. Your presence will speak louder than any defense. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. You'll feel an emotional release in the next few days, a weight lifting, a tear falling, a moment of unexpected clarity. That is your soul healing from wounds truth has now kissed. It's not weakness, it's divine strength returning home. Someone who once used your vulnerability as a weapon is being exposed by their own actions. They didn't know that every betrayal has a backfire. Now it returns, not to destroy you, but to lift you. There's a conversation happening behind closed doors that will end with your name spoken in respect. It's not just one person, it's a group who once dismissed you. They are now realizing what they missed. And you, yes, you, are no longer standing in the shadows. The light that shines on you now isn't just seen. It is felt. It is honored. It is truth. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Your story is being rewritten not by your hand, but by divine order. This chapter was always meant to come, the chapter of exposure, healing, and ascension. You are not behind, you are right on divine time. The lie is over. The truth is roaring. And you, chosen one, are rising like the dawn. Unapologetically glowing. Type Amen to get blessing 3131.